Andy is such a genius, and I say this with the thought in the back of my head is like he's so simple. Like a genius shouldn't be that simple, you know, if that makes sense.
Yeah, what do you mean by that?
His sole purpose of how he calls plays and why he does what he does is it fits the style of play that Patrick is, or whoever's quarterback is, Donovan McNabb, or whoever. He allows that player to do what he does best, but he schemes formations, motions. Like the average Joe watching the game probably doesn't, you know, they see Kelsey catch a 20-yard corner route, whatever. But you don't see the dynamics of it. And then the next week you see Kelsey catch another, whether you know it's a corner route or not, but he's wide open. I say this sometimes. I'm like, how in the hell can he get so wide open? You know that's the target. I mean, they're going to throw it to him. So as a defense coordinator, you're thinking, I'm going to put a guy on Travis Kelce, and his sole purpose is you stay with him. If he goes and takes a dump, I want you to wipe his ass. I mean, I want you with him everywhere he goes. You got to believe that a defense coordinator would do that, right? But yet he gets wide ass open. Is that because the defense coordinator and the defense is dumbasses? Not necessarily. More than likely, it's the scheme. You know, it's the same play, but it's just it's window dressing with formation, motions, and they do all this crazy stuff, but it's the same play. And so from a defensive perspective, you know, if like Andy's preparing this week against the 49ers, both teams do what they do, and usually you don't deviate from that very much. So they're going to scheme up a plan of how they're going to attack Nick Bosa, or how they're going to get Kelsey open, or how they're going to get him one-on-one with a matchup they like, a certain guy. Maybe they like better covering than the next guy. Well, they're going to scheme that up. And as a defensive player, you walk up to the Chiefs and you say you're a back or safety. You go, well, this looks like the formation they're going to run this play with. But they may run that play from that formation, just kind of lull you to sleep. But then they're going to come back and run the same play with a totally different formation or motion, you know, and if you're playing man coverage and you got that guy, well, that guy all of a sudden gets in a bunch. Do I have that guy? You know what I'm saying? It can create problems. But in saying that, what really to me is most important is, do you, as a talking about Andy, or an offensive coach in general and scheming, do you know, draw up these plays and you know, we're going to attack this team, but do you create more confusion for your own players by how you call the play, or the verbiage, or, you know, you can make it very complicated and think that it's simple, and your guys are going, I have no clue what you're talking about. Or do you make it real simple, like, hey guys, you know, we're going to go to the line and we're going to make them think we're all over the place. But when Patrick says set, I want everyone to get to the spot that you know that you're supposed to be at. But before that, you can do whatever. You know what I mean? So what may look like mass confusion, there's a code word, or you know, maybe he taps his leg or whatever that says, all right, now we're serious. Now we got to get to where we're supposed to be. You know, and then if he's going to do a motion, or you know, it's to the opponent, or to the average Joe watching, it could seem like, man, they're complicated. Last year in the Super Bowl against the Eagles, the Eagles had a great defense and had the game, it seemed like, but the second half, they found a way to, they would motion the back way out, and then they would bring him back in the backfield. And right when he went to get set, they would snap it. And the guy running back in with him, you could tell that's the man coverage guy, that he's got him. So that formation in motion told Patrick, there's the matchup. But it also told the receivers who were kind of in a tight set that they got to run that route on the outside shoulder of that defender to make him have to go around or dip underneath. Well, that gives the back or a receiver or whoever you put in that position, just a little bit of an advantage, and that's all you need. So that's what I mean. It's from the outside looking in, you go, well, they do a lot of stuff, but inside the building, Patrick Mahomes, he knows exactly what they're doing because it's real simple. And he understands conceptually, we're going to give the illusion that we're complicated, that you're not going to be able to zero in on Travis Kelce because we're not going to line up at the wide position right off the right tackle every single time and run a corner route. That would be too easy for them. We're going to run the corner route with him, but we're going to start him outside, way over here to the left, and motion him over and have a bunch formation, everyone bunched up, side by side. That way, the guy that's supposed to guard him gets picked off by another guy running the post. So